and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm basically doing a video for a subscriber that emailed me asking me for some help, for some advice. So the structure or the format of this video will be me reading the email, then going back and basically dissecting and decoding this email, and then providing some solutions, okay? So let's go ahead and read the email, and it reads, "Hello, I hope you don't mind me writing to you. I've been watching your YouTube channel. I find them very helpful. I work with a narcissist, which is my married boss. My boss was so nice, kind, and considerate, and also communicated to me, always calling me, saying that he was thinking about me. He had me flying high. Yes, I did have an affair with him. He told me that I was first one he had an affair with, and he loved me. He told me if anything happened to his wife, he'd come to me and have a relationship with me. He told me that his wife never touched him in 5 years. We had an affair 4 months in 2015. He dumped me and didn't even tell me. I'm guessing because I didn't have sex with him at work. I thought it was inappropriate. I heard he had another affair with another staff, which I didn't believe. I believe him. His wife kicked him out and took him back 2 weeks later. The most recent situation, I saw him doing the same pattern that he did with me to another staff. She is only young, 34. My boss is 51. I saw what he is for sure. Now my boss is playing mind games with me, not communicated, avoiding me. All staff hates me, don't want to be working with me. Right now, I can't leave my job because of financial reasons, and he gave me a loan of a cell phone that he owes. Can you give me some advice how to deal with him, or a video, while I'm working for him? I am senior staff. There, so I don't have to communicate. I do have to communicate with him. I am in a hard place. Like you said, I am the teacher in Charlie Brown. I laughed at that because I was thinking this when I was talking to him anyway. I want to apologize for the long letter, and I hope you don't mind. I am so hurt, feeling of betrayal, angry, all emotions. He comes in like he didn't, nothing wrong. It's wife, me, and everyone else. Thank you very much, and keep on doing what you're doing. Your YouTube channel is very educational and right on point. God bless, and keep on smiling. Okay, so let's go back and decode this, all right? So she says, I hope you don't mind me writing you. No, I don't mind. I've been watching your YouTube channel. Great. I find them very helpful. I work with a narcissist, which is my married boss. Basically, her boss is a narcissist and he is married, okay? My boss was, past tense, so nice, kind, and considerate, and also communicating, telling me always, calling me, saying that he was thinking about me and had me flying high. So this is a love bomb that you're going through, sweetie. Yes, I did have an affair, because he was charming, like most narcissists can turn on that charm when they're love bombing, right? He told me that I was the first, lies.com, one he had an affair with and that he loved me, morelies.com, and playing with your emotions. He told me if anything happened to his wife, he would come to me and have a relationship with me. So he's basically telling you that you're minimally secondary source. You're not the primary source. You're minimally the secondary source. And you are a backup plan. And that was even a lie as well. Like, you weren't even that. But let's continue. All right, he told me his wife never touched him in 5 years, lies.com. They're probably bunny rabbits and having sex all the time. This is something that married men say to get sympathy out of women if they want to open their legs for them. We had an affair for 4 months in 2015, which is 3 years ago, or at least going on 3 years ago. So it's been quite some time, sweetie. And then he dumped you and didn't tell you. So that was the discard. All right. And devalue at the same time. When someone does it like that, they're devaluing you and discarding you at the same time. I'm guessing because we didn't have sex at the work, because you had a boundary. You had boundaries, and of course he doesn't want any resistance, so that was going to make you a bad supply at that point. And perhaps he was just done as well, because 4 months, you know, might have been a lot of time to him. I heard he had another affair with another staff, so this is his pattern, which I didn't believe. You were a little disillusioned at that point, and maybe wanted to think that it was just special that he wanted to sleep with you only. All right. I believed him, which you shouldn't have trusted him at all after how he treated you, sweetie. His wife kicked him out and then took him back 2 weeks later. So this is probably a pattern in their marriage as well. She's used to him doing this, and they're making up and breaking up. When she's in her emotional high, she can't stand him. Then 2 weeks later, she's like, oh, it's my husband, I miss him. It's the girl's fault, or whatever she has to rationalize in her own mind to be able to then get back with him. All right. And that's cognitive dissonance that she's probably doing over and over to allow her to stay in this relationship. The most recent situation, I saw him doing the same pattern he did with another staff, and she was younger. She was a younger young lady, which, you know, it would have just been whoever he wanted, but I'm sure that stroked his ego. All right. And now you believe what he was, because before you just heard about it, and now you actually saw it with your own eyes. And he sounds somatic. You know, he might be a somatic narcissist. They're a lot more sexually charged, okay? All right. So now my boss is playing mind games with me and not communicating. This is all another devalue phase, all right? All the staff hate me and don't want to work with me, so there may be some type of smear campaign going on here. And, you know, other people are going to pick the boss over you because the boss has control over their livelihood. So it will be far easier for them to turn against you and make you the problem than to side with you against your boss, okay? Okay. All right, you can still, all right. And then you're saying right now, I can't leave my job because of financial reasons, but you can begin to look for options elsewhere. It's possible that you can at least see what's out there. All right, and can I give you some advice? All right, and you're feeling so hurt, betrayed, angry, and all your emotions. He comes in like he did nothing. Narcissists do not have accountability. They don't have remorse. And you were just a tool in the supply, sweetie. All right, so now that we've done this, it just sounds like you're a little stuck right now because it has been quite some time and you guys haven't rekindled. So it sounds like he's not really hoovering you. He's just starting with other supplies at this point. All right, so now let's talk about some solutions on how you can now deal with your boss, sweetie. All right, so, we haven't spoken a lot about narcissistic bosses on my channel, so I thought this email would be a great way for us to step our foot into that realm and just start getting into that. As some of you may have experienced this, you never know. All right, but given the amount of time that has elapsed between the affair and now, it's very clear that this young lady is having a very hard time letting go. And that's why, women and men, because men have feelings as well, we have to be careful who we attach ourselves to sexually, because we can set ourselves up for that emotional turmoil when we're connecting ourselves in a way that doesn't serve us and whatnot, because obviously your boss, and then he's married at the same time, but I'm sure that you connected the dots on that. Because when we're sexually involved with someone, scientists have shown it, we release bonding chemicals to this person. And like you said, your boss had you flying high, so you were sold. And you were hanging on his words, and he turned that charm on in the love bomb stage, and he had you convinced that he really cared about you, when all he cared about was setting it up so that you would be a willing participant in an affair that he knew was not going to last forever. Like the way that you worded this, what he told you as far as, if something happens to my wife, so I'm never going to leave my wife for you, and then I'll have a relationship with you. This isn't even a relationship. He's narcissists telling themselves. They really do, sweetie. And I'm so sorry that you got caught up in that. And, sometimes we don't hear things the way that we need to hear it, and we get those fuzzy glasses on, and I've made videos about this, and we don't see things as clearly. Okay, so of course you're going to be hurt and feeling betrayed. And it sounds like people around the office may know about it. They're acting funny towards you, or they can feel that funny vibe. And of course, like I mentioned, they're going to side with your boss. All right. So let's just start talking about what can you do? What can you do? You have to begin to let go, sweetie, because it's been several years. He hasn't tried to sleep with you again. So it seems like, he's less likely to hoover back with you in that way. But you never know. He could run through everybody he can in the office and then try back with you again. You just never know. But it sounds like he's just tolerating you at this point, and just, he's making it clear to you, like, whatever that was is over. And right now, you're basically, I've used you and I don't care for you anymore. Like, because you're just like in this, you're feeling like you're in this constant devalue phase, and now he's bringing in the whole office as like, basically like flying monkeys teaming up against you. And, they want to attaboy, they want to look good in front of the boss. So, psychologically, and with their, their money on the line, they're going to want to make the boss happy. So I'm very sorry that you're in this situation, but we have to find a way to let go, and you can begin to do that by seeing everything for what it was. As much as you might have wanted things to work out, because you're in this emotional state right now, and believe it or not, you're highly susceptible for a hoover from him. You know why? Because you want to make this right in your mind. You want to make this better. So if he tried to hoover you back after all this stuff that he's done, you're highly emotionally charged right now. He turned that charm back on, you're highly susceptible to going back to him, thinking you'll be able to fix this. And I want you to know that's never going to fix it. Going back with him again, having a second round of this affair is not going to fix it. The only way that's going to fix this is cutting it off and detaching yourself from him. You could have a soul tie right now that we're talking about to this man, because several years have passed, and you may have been in a very vulnerable state when he approached you, and maybe he sniffed that out. I don't know if you talk about your personal business or if they knew that you were single or whatever your situation was, he could sniff that out. And it sounds like you've just been stuck, because if you had moved on and found love with someone else, you probably wouldn't be thinking about this so much. So you may still be in the state that you were in back in 2015. You know, that state of longing and wanting and maybe feeling lonely. You know, I'm not talking to you right now, and I don't know these things. I'm just going off of my discernment right now. All right? But in order for you to be able to let go, you have to find a way to take your emotions away from this guy. And the best way to do it is to get completely crystal clear with yourself and not sugarcoat any of it. This man used you and he played you. He played you and he used you, and then he tossed you to the side, and now he's treating you like a non-factor, basically, and using everybody else to come against you in a certain sense and make the atmosphere against you and for him, of course. This is what's going on. Whatever you had during that love bomb stage, you need to restructure your mind about what that was. You know, this was a tactic to pull you in. This was not any type of real love. So if you're thinking that, we have to let that go. We have to let that go. And don't feel bad. You might have some guilt inside of you, you know, but I found a study and it said 54% of workers have romantic encounters on the job, according to a survey of 1,500 Business Insider readers. So you're not alone. Is a 50-50 chance that most people have done this at work. Maybe not with their boss, maybe it's a coworker, but somebody that they work with. It happens. It happens. So what can you do with him? Definitely do not deal with him emotionally. Keep everything to the bare minimum, work-related only. No emotions. No emotions. You want to avoid causing any type of narcissistic injury to him. You know, which obviously bringing up this situation from 2015 saying, hey, you know, this is still bothering me. No, do not bring this up. Just stay quiet about it. And that would be my voice. You want to be minimum contact with him only when you have to, and only about work related, not about your emotions, not about your feelings. And I personally, you know, I don't know how long you've been on this job, what your salary is and this and that, but I personally would begin to look for another place of employment because, you know, you spent a lot of years in torment behind this, and you're still having to see and work for this person. So maybe for your well-being or part of your healing process, it would really help you to actually be away from this energy, away from him. That may be necessary for you. I'm not sure. If you're able to really just take your emotions away and get objective about things, perhaps you can stay there, because maybe you might say, hey, I have a senior position with the company. I've been here for X amount of years. I don't want to leave. I'm vested in the company. I want to stay here. And if that's the case, you really got to start working on letting your emotions, detaching your emotions from him, because there's still very much a tie, because you're still hurt. You're still feeling this betrayal and the angry and emotions. And it's a double-headed sword, because you're feeling it towards yourself and towards him. So if you haven't forgiven yourself as well, sweetie, that is going to prolong this emotional turmoil that you're in as well, okay? So you have to be honest with yourself. You have to forgive yourself and forgive him, and definitely only deal with him for business purposes. I mean, don't try to, anything else that I could think of would be extremely risky and probably blow up in your face. Let's say you and all the other girls that he's been doing this with go to HR or something. Who's to say that they'll actually do this? You know what I'm saying? So the best bet in these situations is to remove yourself, really, because if it's coming between his job and yours, is most likely going to be your job on the line and not his. All right, sweetie. So, I mean, you're on the defense in a certain sense. So if you can get your emotions back and keep everything strictly business at the office, okay? Strictly business. You know, therapy, coaching is going to be good for you as well, and I do offer that. So you can email Coach Lakia, or, you know, find someone locally if you don't want to take that route. But therapy is going to be a good idea for you. All right. All right. I'm going to stop this video right here. And I wish you well. I wish you well, sweetie. If this video resonates with any of you, you can go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, you're very welcome to subscribe to my channel. I do upload videos quite frequently, and I have a very extensive playlist in there that you guys can go ahead and look at. And also for this young lady, go ahead in there and watch all the videos that apply to you and take what you can from them. All right, and feel free to share any and all of my videos, guys. Never, never sleep with your boss. I just don't recommend it. I really don't recommend that. It usually doesn't end up good for anybody. And then the person that suffers most is, chances are, the subordinate. So you don't want to put yourself in a position like that, okay? And then if they're narcissistic, they're definitely only going to be looking out for themselves. All right, so forgive yourself. It's going to be okay. And until next time, guys, take care.